news. Yesterday's death of a jumps racehorse in Victoria has reignited the debate as to whether the country needs to close the curtains on jumps racing, and a warning that some viewers may find the following images distressing. They continue to fall, but they keep making them jump. Just yesterday at the nation's most prestigious jumps racing carnival, 6-year-old Sarosian Storm broke his hind leg and was euthanised on the track. In 2009, 1 in every 20 horses that started a jumps race was killed. Animal rights organisations all over the country are pleading with the Victorian and South Australian racing industries to put an end to jumps racing.
It's just an absolutely cruel sport. Everybody is going to hear about the next horse that dies, which is Blood on Racing Victoria's hands. Queensland
banned jumps way back in 1903. In 1997, New South Wales not only banned it, but made it a criminal offence. Victoria had decided to make 2010 its last season, but reversed the decision under pressure from the racing boffins.
A lot of people derive their livings from jumps racing. It'd be a great disappointment for the industry to lose them.
Victoria will allow another 4 more deaths this season before they consider pulling the sport. And South Australia have ruled out a ban despite 2 deaths last month. With over 60 horses being destroyed on track in the past 5 years and many more suffering career-ending injuries, when will enough be enough? Now, today at Warrnambool, another 2 horses fell, and while neither of those horses were killed or seriously injured, jockey Brad McLean came off one of the horses and was taken to hospital in an ambulance. He is in a stable condition, but we'd like to welcome to the show to discuss this further Ward Young, a spokesman from the Coalition for the Protection of Racehorses. Welcome to the show, Ward.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
No worries. Now, is it right that this sport is allowed to continue?
It's definitely not right that this sport is allowed to continue. If you just watch a couple of jumps races, you'll see the proof is in the pudding of why this sport shouldn't continue. Horses in jumps racing break their necks, shoulders, legs, almost every bone in their body that they possibly can, because the impact is just so horrible. It simply plays Russian roulette with these horses' lives, and it must be banned.
Yeah, it is. It's an awful way for an animal to die, Ward. Now, in New South Wales, they've gone so far as to make jumps racing a criminal offence. Would you like to see something like that in Victoria or South Australia?
Yes, most definitely. We don't see why we have double standards in Australia. The sport is exactly the same. There's no difference. And so we've been petitioning the Brumby government to try and get jumps racing made illegal. The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act actually states that it is illegal to do these sorts of things to these horses, but the industry seems to think that they have a free ticket to do whatever they want, and essentially racehorses are legally invisible.
The horse industry's argument is that a lot of people are going to lose jobs if it's banned, if jumps racing's banned, and also the horses themselves will be left with nothing to do and so probably will be destroyed anyway. What do you say to that?
Look, there's a bit of hype around this, which most of it is falsified information. There's only a small number of jockeys that participate in jumps racing in Australia, or in Victoria, as a matter of fact, and they can move on to other sorts of work within the racing industry. As for the horses, the owners don't actually have any retirement plan for the horses, most of them anyway. They choose to send them to the knackeries when they can no longer squeeze any more dollars out of the horses, and as a result they try and blame the deaths of those animals on us. Some of them are killed for pet food, some of them have their bodies exported to Europe where they're eaten as a delicacy.
Oh,
it's simply disgusting.
Well,
and the racing industry is so good at covering up this cruel side of the sport.
Well, Ward, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for having me.
We just saw images of Warrnambool today. That's my hometown, and it's the biggest 3 days of the year down there. That carnival, which is the feature races, jump races, it contributes upwards of $20 million to the local economy.
But don't you think it's a bit precarious, saying that some people may lose their income, and I don't want anyone to lose their income, but a lot of people lost their income when we abolished slavery or stopped mining asbestos. Sometimes we have to move on and understand thought has to go forward.
But these people, though, must love horses. That's why then how can they send their horse out when it's likely to get hurt?
But guys, horse racing, of all legal human and animal forms of sport, horse racing has the highest fatality rate. I think as in general, we're talking about jumps racing specifically, but in general, I can't stand to hear that stuff. Distressing the people at home, that's distressing to me to watch. I know there's people's livelihoods at risk here, but what is the point of racing horses?
So in general, not just jumps, all horse racing.
I don't understand. I know we've got this culture in this country and a lot of people make money out of it, and I just don't know why we have to race horses.
Well,
I don't get it.
We did try to get someone on from the jumps racing industry, but they all are down there at that meet in Warrnambool today. But what do you think? Does the benefit to the community outweigh the risk to the horses? Head to the website and let us know.
We have to take a break, but we'll see you on the other side.